Hello, hello, and welcome to the temporary hive where we are hanging out tonight with. I got Midnight
The
and
temporary
Lady
hive.
Grey Wolf and Phoebe
Hello.
hanging out tonight. Oh shoot! I got the video playing somewhere. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, I hope everybody is well tonight, and there we go. And welcome to the show. I am doing this because I've moved forward in my transition, completely socially transitioned as of June. I'm no longer keeping that foot in the closet. So here I am. And I am actually about to step away. Hold on. Sorry, I'll be right back. You'll keep the conversation going. I didn't expect. I guess it is at that time. Sorry, I'll be
She
right back.
starts the show and then she leaves. Okay, I see how it is.
Okay, it's time for some dead air. Let's get some classic dead air going. So let's say absolutely nothing, and then let's get dead air going.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Goodness,
enough
I'm,
dead
I,
air.
sorry, I'm a parent first, guys. I'm a parent first. I gotta take care of my offspring because that's the responsible adult that I am. Even though apparently apparently I like to dress up like a little girl. Well, I don't think I'm dressed like a little girl tonight. So
Hey guys,
Who are
Hello.
you?
HiveScience, are you sure Matt Powell only has one big mistake?
oh no, we're gonna see a lot of them tonight. I hope you guys are in for a fun ride.
No. His one big mistake is not embracing his sexuality, because you could tell that man is gay and in the closet.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
he is.
Bree.
I've often said, why don't Matt Powell and Steve Anderson just come out of the closet already? 21st century dudes. Nobody's gonna judge
Bree.
you,
Who am I
huh?
on the panel with? Who
Well, I
are
guess
these
maybe
people?
Churchill will judge him, but you know why? What is it with Christians and where people put their penises and vaginas?
Well, yeah, that's the thing too is they don't want to have a they cannot focus on like if we're supposed to have a conversation about evolution or cosmology. I was supposed to Sammy was there. Jill was supposed to come in and talk to me about the Big Bang, and as soon as he came in and saw me, he couldn't talk about anything else. He could not focus on it. It's like, yes, honey, I'm a woman. I have
Oh yeah,
the Y chromosome. Oh no.
Jill
So
is super misogynistic.
yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
no, 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 no,
Bree,
no, no.
who
It's
am I
not.
on this
It's not.
panel with?
Well, hang on, hang on. It's not because it's not that Jill's misogynistic. Is that he apparently made a deal with his wife not to talk to women online. That's what I heard. Maybe not. I don't know. That's what I heard. Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
Do
Jill
do you think he gets laid?
Jill or
I mean, I
Matt?
Yeah.
doubt it.
Who
Um
are these
Why
people?
why would anybody want to lay Jill? I mean, come on.
I mean,
Maybe that's
apparently
his
his
problem with
wife.
women. Maybe that's his problem with women, you can't get laid.
yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, I'm sure that there's definitely a sexual thing there. And that's the thing with a lot of like conservative type men that they cannot think about transgender people, especially well only trans women because trans men don't even exist in their world. They're like trans men or whatever. But trans women don't to them it's a sexual thing. They cannot separate it from the idea of genitalia and intercourse and things like that.
Yeah,
Dealing
I've
dealing
heard
with
people say that.
So it's always talk about perversion. It's not talk about like, oh, you mean I like to carry a person and do pretty makeup. That's not it's not a sexual thing. Doing my makeup is not sexual. It's I like art. I'm really enjoying being able to do the makeup and stuff.
In ancient Egypt, everyone wore fucking makeup. What's the fucking big deal about it?
Well, and I've always kind of liked wearing makeup. That's what it was. I get so stoked about going to concerts because I could wear makeup, things like that when I was a teenager, without getting around. I mean, where I grew up here, I'm in rural Missouri right now. I couldn't like go to school in my makeup and stuff like that. I wouldn't have been able to do that here. That just wasn't an option for me. It was barely an option for me to talk with my hands like I do. People didn't like that, or thought that was too effeminate. The way I smoked for years and years, the way I smoked my cigarettes and the way I held my cigarettes, it triggered like cis males. I don't know what it was about it, but they didn't like it. The way I crossed my legs when I sat, it's always it's always been there. It's always been part of how I express myself and just how I am, and it always triggered these guys like the people where I'm responding to tonight.
I mean, I can tell you this right now that that Matt Powell may be cis, but he's not straight.
Think, yeah.
Actually, one has to wonder whether Matt Powell is also a femboy. To add to that.
Well, I played at femboy for a minute. It was kind of fun.
Well, if you want my 2 cents, and you didn't ask, but if you want my 2 cents, all of these people who talk about the gays, in my opinion, they're at least bi, if not gay themselves.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's because I'm not going to say that specifically this individual's that way or that individual's that way, but there seems to be a trend where
they can't accept themselves. The
thought of it is that why are you being out in public about this thing that I feel too, and I'm too ashamed to talk about it? We're supposed to keep this secret. Why are you talking about it? Like they have these same desires to express their feminine, maybe not even be maybe not in again as they're sexualizing it as being a homosexual thing, but to express your feminine side, even to express femininity to any extent. They're supposed to, even if you want to, as a male, you're conditioned to repress that and to keep it down. You're not supposed to cry or express your feelings. You're not supposed to have there's a lot of stigma against being an artistic type person in general. If what you're creating in your trade is not practical, there's it doesn't have a practical application. If it's just art, there's a stigma against that. Musicians and painters and everything else, all of that is considered like feminine stuff that you're supposed to repress. And seeing someone embrace it and experiencing someone embrace it, especially when they take it as far as being like, I want to transition. It is. I
mean, I personally embrace my feminine side.
Yeah, that's a good place to be, I think. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Audio, all right.
Yes, your audio is fine, beautiful.
So remind me, Breek, thanks, Midnight. Your face is beautiful.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the face of a goddess. But go ahead.
We were discussing just the other day, and I was mistaking them for adhom. But essentially, what Matt's doing is appealing to a quality about you in order to say that you shouldn't. What you say shouldn't be trusted because of some physical quality about yourself.
Before we get too much into that, genetic fallacy is what that is. Phoebe, I think has to. I think Phoebe has to crash, so I want to give her a second to say her goodbyes and plug her show, because she actually has a show that specifically talks about this topic about about transitioning. So Phoebe, Phoebe, are you awake? She said she was about to fall asleep. It's late there. Phoebe, hon, are you with us?
Phoebe.
I'm going to I'm going to put Phoebe backstage for a second. Let me see. How do I add these people on the bottom rung here if I can't get to them? There we go. Because we have Leo and we have Paul back here too, but Leo was popped in first. But I do see you back there, Paul. So
Good day, Leo.
don't think
I've been expecting you.
And Leo, I specifically invited here because I know Leo.
Yeah,
loves
I was
No.
gonna message you, Bree, but then I
No,
was
Leo.
getting ready to, and I saw that you were live, and I was like, well, shit, I'll just jump in. I probably won't be here too long, but I certainly
Well-
figured that I needed to jump in, so here I am.
Well, no, Leo, no, you can't be in here. I'm
Midnight,
just kidding.
midnight.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Midnight
I
what?
would say I
Midnight.
can't be in here, but that's because the amount of photons that you're releasing and the energy level that they're at is physically pushing me out of the area.
So wait. Am I exerting negative pressure, repulsive gravity? Is that what I'm doing?
As a result of your photon emission, yes. You're doing more than a star does.
I love you, Leo.
Yes.
Uh,
Well, you all want to pop the video up and
Sure.
Yes,
That's not
yes.
all.
I'm not
That's
going to
not
say
all.
very.
I don't know. Everybody's
Okay.
probably seen it, so I'm not going to spend too much
No,
time.
I
on
haven't.
I haven't either.
I
Like I said, I'm
haven't
going.
seen it either.
I'm-
Matt's one of the ones I don't really spend too much time on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
going
not
into
even
cold.
subscribed to Ginger Twink, and I wouldn't know that Ginger Twink did what he did if it weren't for other people mentioning it, because I don't follow Ginger Twink.
Yeah, he's garbage, but I
Wait,
was.
is that probably
What
actual
did you
ginger?
do? Yank somebody's rod?
I think
Wait, is it
Phoebe wants to
ginger?
say
I
good
think,
night.
I think he has like brown hair.
Yeah, he's not a ginger, but
I'm just pulling from what Aaron Raw calls him, Ginger Twink.
oh,
Oh.
okay. All right, let's see.
Well, just throwing from the title, no, you're not creepy.
Yeah, it's. I've not lost my mind. Well, at least not. Yeah, not in that exact.
So, Bree, I might. I've been having trouble with anxiety lately, so I may have to bow out. Just to let you know.
Yeah, no problem, Lisa.
That's no problem. I totally understand that.
This audience that this is directed as an audience of one. That's one individual, and that's Matt Powell or Matt Powell official as his
Echo.
YouTube.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna fix this. I keep doing this one. I'll get used to it. I'm not used to operating these functions from StreamYard because I usually do OBS, but I don't have my OBS right now.
While we're waiting, is Matt Powell like actually going to debate you on this shit, or is he just going to make dumb videos?
Right. That's my point. And I don't like my face there, so hold on. YouTube channel is called. Okay, there. But this just to be clear, that's what this right here, this clip that he's showing to me right there is. It was me calling him out because he challenged me to a debate and then like ran as soon as I said yes. This is the topic that I'll talk to you about. Let's do
That's
it.
what they
God, it's
always
like
do.
day.
Why are you surprised?
Kill and run.
That's what they always do.
So this was me saying, "Hey, I think you're I think you're scared of me." Will definitely engage this bad science that you're putting out there. Happy to be back on the perspective again. This is my second time since our. You know what's funny? This is when I was doing like a non-binary kind of expression when I was trying to socially transition slowly.
Well, it said same person, and I'm just like, I mean, is it
Okay.
is it,
so
re-
what?
is it really though? Like, what do we mean by same person here? Because that could be interpreted in a variety of ways. Some in which I may agree that it is, some which I may agree that it isn't.
Yeah, my cells have definitely turned over a few times since since the
Yeah,
before and after video in a year's
Like I said,
I'm not the
so
same
what?
person I was when I was 10 years old.
right?
Exactly. Sometimes we're not the same person that we were a year ago. I mean,
Right. So what the fuck is the point, Matt?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
the point is to put out a hit piece because he's cowering because he's too afraid to actually face Bree in a debate on the intellectual subjects.
Yeah, same as like we we're talking about with Jill. They just as soon as they have this to deal with, they can't focus on the actual topic. They're like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Bree. If you came to a debate looking like that, it'd probably be pretty hard for me to focus on the topic too. But I mean, so in their defense, but then there's a lot of implications coming from that.
Leo.
In my opinion, he does it because he does it for the controversy, because he knows controversy gets views.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. That's
yeah,
what
probably.
Hiatus. I'm just loving being back taking these calls with
Playing creepy, scary music on the background. I hear.
We should pause right here.
I got delusions. Apparently. Yeah.
Oh,
why would
Bree,
God?
Well, hang on. Oh no, Bree is delusional because she thinks that's fucking retarded. Okay.
Look, God has hardened my heart to being a dude. So
why would God make
wrong.
his believers? Well, I shouldn't say necessarily believers, but make his creation intentionally delusional. Like, why? What?
So yeah, it's like they're blaming their God for me being trans. It's like,
and in which case,
yes,
people
we did
exist
do my
because
brain
of God,
chemistry.
and why are they questioning God at that point? Like, if God is making these people quote unquote delusional, then God is responsible for these people existing. And who the fuck are you, Matt, to question God? All right, buddy. Do you hear me? Do you fucking hear me, Matt? Why are you questioning God? You little fuck! How dare you? You fucking accuser!
Why the fuck would your all-powerful, all-knowing God create somebody with a configuration of sex chromosomes that don't match their gender? You fucking idiots!
Right? Exactly. Yes, that's. And if he did do that, then he had his reasons for doing that. So you need to back the fuck off because this would be his plan for me. If he has a plan, this is his plan for me. So it's just you just step aside and let me live my plan, okay? If God has a plan,
I think there's enough of science behind what makes somebody trans to say that it's not a delusion.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where were we?
Maybe.
By the way, Matt, if you ever see this fucking video, there's more than two genders, okay? Just FYI, there's more than two genders.
Matt doesn't know what gender means.
I would like to propose to Matt, if he ever sees this, that perhaps Bree's existence is God's way of teaching you acceptance, you bigoted prick.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. God is all motherfucking powerful and knowing. Why does he care about the gender identities of humans? Why? Why would that be the thing? God is like, no, okay, here's where I draw the line. Like, no, like, seriously? No, stop it. Just stop it. Fucking stop. Quit painting your God as a bigot because you want him to be in support of the same dumb bullshit you are.
Yeah, it's just God basically supports your opinions is what it comes down to.
Exactly.
Whatever you think, God is a reflection of your inner.
Yeah, it's like I always say, God is made in the image of man.
And the thing is, if God actually did exist, I think it's quite obvious he would not at all be anti-trans, anti-gay, racist. None of those. He wouldn't. That's just not. That just,
Yeah,
that just
and
wouldn't
by
be
the way,
God.
I don't accept the Christian God. I accept that there may be a God, but it definitely ain't the Christian God.
Yeah, no, it is not. It's certainly not.
All right, let's see.
Why would you trust your favorite cartoon YouTuber, your Marvel comic YouTuber?
Have you all ever? Would you all consider me a cartoon YouTuber or a Marvel comic YouTuber? I like.
No.
I like.
I
Marvel.
mean, I would say, I would say you kick ass like Black Widow. If that
Yeah.
does that count?
I don't even
What
know
the
what it
fuck does he
means.
mean by that? Exactly.
I
What
don't
does it
either. So
mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean? Like, to me, you're just another science educator and science communicator out there. Like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a focus.
And
on
all
that
I'm gonna say
fucking
is
vertebrates.
Bree definitely has Mrs. Frizzle vibes. That's all I'm saying. Straight
wait,
up.
hold on,
Like,
hold on.
I'm
Who's
sorry.
Miss Frizzle?
Please
Where's that
the
from?
Magic School Bus?
Oh,
The
okay,
Magic
fair enough. Yeah,
School.
it sounds
Please tell me
familiar.
I'm not alone in thinking this. Like,
Oh, should I get a chameleon to ride on my shoulder?
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, I get.
And dye your hair
no,
red,
no, no,
apparently.
Bree, you're Mrs. Frizzle, but with a mantis instead of
The
a
mantis, right? Of course, on the microphone. Oh my gosh, you nailed it.
I probably talk about
hold on,
Marvel
hold on.
and all
A
this stuff.
male
throughout the
I'm a
years.
little
mantis or
too
a female
old
mantis?
for the Magic School Bus. That came along later. I'm more Sesame Street. You know?
So it did come what, late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Magic School Bus. I remember from when I was a kid. So I was going to school in the late '80s. So
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it was late 80s, like 87, 88 or something like that when it started.
yeah, Lisa's a
I don't
Gen
remember
Xer, aren't you?
I was born in '77, so I think that's
Yes,
still,
you'd be Gen
Gen
Xer. Yep.
yeah.
So
Well,
Lisa,
John-
me and Lisa are like
Like
right on
Gen
either
X.
side
Whoa.
of the millennial Gen X cusp.
Josh
Well,
Sentner
it was,
says he
it was-
sees Miss Frizzle 100% in the chat, so at least I'm not alone in thinking that.
Oh, the first episode was 1994, so later than the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think that might. There have been books or something because
Yeah, there was a book.
I'm gonna have to
series
look
it
it
was
up.
based on, I
Maybe it
believe.
does. Yeah, maybe it
Well,
does.
remember, that's what I remember
wasting
from
We're wasting
elementary
so much
school was
time.
the book.
We're
Like,
talking
shouldn't
about
we
the Magic
review this?
School Bus over
No,
Matt
I
Powell.
know.
We're
Well,
not wasting
that's more
time.
interesting.
I mean, fair enough.
No shit.
All right, let's see what
That is living in a fantasy. They can't even figure out what gender they are. Why would you trust anything they say?
Oh, I did actually.
Fuck.
So yay!
Hey,
Living
well,
in a fantasy, Matt. You're the one that thinks the fucking Earth is 6,000 years
Well,
old.
No,
Right.
hold on. It's not even that. Like, you want to talk about living in a fantasy? You live in a fantasy that you're straight, Matt. Okay, just look at you.
Okay, I'm
the
not
first
gonna-
Magic School Bus book was written in 1985.
Okay, cool.
I just want to clarify that I'm living in the fantasy. Will you all please look over Matt's left shoulder here in our magical landscape where man lived with dinosaurs? I'm living in the fantasy.
Don't you mean right?
Oh yeah, I'm transposing. Sorry.
And that's what he really believes, too, I take it.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, he believes that man coexisted with dinosaurs. What kind of an idiot believes that?
Also,
I used to believe that, so I'm calling my former self an idiot too. So what kind of
excluding
idiot believes
excluding avian dinosaurs, of course.
Well, yeah, excluding the avian dinosaurs. But they're talking about behemoth. They're saying behemoth was a fucking sauropod. Fuck you. You don't even know what behemoth was. Behemoth was an imaginary
Giant bull.
an imaginary primordial creature, you fucking idiot. Learn your religion.
would you? So, I want to right now live on this stream issue. Hold on, let me turn my camera on for this because I need to do this. I don't know if you want to make me Big Bree, but this is about to, I'm about to lay some shit down here. That's all I'm about to say. So all I want to say is man, look, all I'm saying is right now, me and you, we need a debate. Let's debate. Let's have a nice, formal, moderated debate. Let's have one. Let's have one on transgenderism and trans issues. How about it, buddy? You know, I know that I know this really cool person. I think you would like her a lot, Matt. Amy Newman. She has a debate platform, Debate Me Bra. She would love, absolutely love, to host this debate. I want everybody that's in the chat. I want everybody that's in the stream. I want them to blow this up. I want them to tag Matt everywhere that I'm challenging him to a debate on this. I want it to fucking happen. Let's make it happen. He's a coward, so it probably won't. And I want you to tell him that I said that. But yeah, right now, Matt, let's go. Find me. You can go to my channel. You can find my email address and let me know. Let's do it. Let's have a debate on this. Come on, buddy. Defend your beliefs. You got God. You ain't got to be afraid of me. You got God, right? Yeah, you got the Bible and the Holy Scripture and the Word of God. Come on, I'm just an atheist who, rejects the truth and unrighteousness. So you can debate me on this. It's no problem, bud.
You can bring your daddy, and I'll come too, and then we'll do like a 2-on-2.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Matt,
let's clarify.
I would like to know. By the way, Matt, while you're addressing all of these questions, I would like to know if you believe in a 6,000-year-old Earth. By the way, the Bible never says the Earth is 6,000 years old. But if you believe in a 6,000-year-old Earth, why don't you believe in a literally flat Earth that the Bible literally teaches? It's in Psalms and it's in Isaiah.
Hey, Lisa, you use literally about like 5 times. Like that's a lot of literallys.
It's literally a lot of literally. But Leo, I'd like to point out he probably won't debate you because you don't have pictures of cartoon characters behind you. You have space and science related stuff. So he probably will run.
He's a bitch. He's a little bitch.
Of course he's a little bitch. They're all little bitches.
Got that scary science stuff back there, huh?
I'm not even joking though. Like, oh God, this debate needs to happen. Oh, fuck, I would rip Matt into pieces.
Down, boy.
And enjoy every minute of it. Yeah, he'd let me up in that tight little hole.
Oh, that's so hot.
Okay, Leo, are you bi or straight? I need to know.
I would consider myself a cisgender heterosexual male. I'm just very comfortable in my sexuality to the point that I can make particular facetious jokes related to different forms of sexuality because I'm comfortable making those kinds of jokes.
I mean,
also, who said it was gay to fuck a dude in the? Huh? Who said that was gay?
Oh yeah, we can go a whole diatribe of how they got things out of order with the.
I mean, if it's a femboy, it's not really gay. What a trap.
There's only one femboy I would say I'm attracted to, and that's Canoe.
Who?
Canoe. Conyer. You guys probably don't know who Conyer is.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that sucks. Sucks to be you.
Actually, you know what? Considering that Matt is so hung up on this masculinity shit, I wonder how many inches he has.
Let's be honest here. Matt's probably hung as fuck, but doesn't know how to use it.
Wow, Leo. What the? You're bizarre.
I like how the person at the top of all of us and the person at the bottom of all of us are the only two on camera, and everybody in between. Making a nice little sandwich here. Stream sandwich.
In my fantasies, he's hung as fuck.
Oh shit! That's
well,
funny.
Leo, you're the bottom right now.
You goddamn right.
He owns it. Did you hear that? Leo's not afraid to own it.
I mean, if Bree's the top, I don't think I would mind being the bottom in that instance. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh my goodness!
Right? Come on now.
Oh, hang on now. Leo likes being on the bottom.
Yeah,
it can be all right being topped. It just depends on who's topping, you know. It's not for everybody, you know. Yeah, you know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it's more work to be on top.
All right, let's get to how I lost my mind because this is.
And then transitions and said he is a woman when he's still a man.
This is the best part.
Why
Look at
would
me
you
making
trust-
cute faces. Isn't that so cute? Come on. And he did it in slow mo. I like this. I put it over some different music. Just this little
Why
eye
would
roll.
you trust somebody
It's
that's
like,
so
oh.
unstable to tell you stability and to
Some
tell
charming
you
fairy tale music on that.
You know what music I hear when I see that face?
Mhm.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean? That's the song
Yeah.
that plays in my head.
Whoa. Wait a minute, Matt. So you're telling me that a boy that got castrated at birth, that was raised as a female because the doctors told their parents to raise them as a female because they fucked up the circumcision, that they aren't boys? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
If you don't experience male puberty or female puberty for that matter, what are you in Matt Powell's worldview? I don't know. I don't know what he thinks. He doesn't ever elaborate on that. He doesn't elaborate on how he feels about intersex individuals. He doesn't know. So the thing is about, and this is about me and Matt, neither one of us, as far as I know, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, have ever had our chromosomes checked to see if we're both XY or whatever we have going on.
Yeah.
We don't know. So
I've never had my chromosomes checked. I mean, I don't think a whole lot of people have.
I'm assuming that about him because he tells me and he expresses himself as a he, him, and I'm going to respect that and call you he, him if you express yourself that way.
And that's not even the only determining factor, right? Anyway.
Right, yeah.
Now,
there's so many steps along
saddest-
the way. So many steps.
Having been a fundamental Christian myself, I can say with some certainty that Matt would see it as, because this is how we were told to see it.
You got to highlight Josh Sentner's most recent comment. Sorry to interrupt, but
that's all right. But is that it's unnatural. So essentially, people like you are a mistake. Or people like what Lisa just described are a mistake because of this sinful world and the imperfection of man.
I mean, I'm a beautiful mistake,
and
so I own that shit.
That's where the core of this, hatred comes from, because they see it as something wrong, something broken, unnatural.
Okay, so your God made the fucking mistake.
Wait, hold on here.
Your God made the mistake, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Wait,
He looks like he's about to Rick roll us in this still life.
Can I have you highlight that last comment again, Bree?
Oh, the one from Josh?
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that Mark Caesar says he had his karyotype.
Yep, karyotype
That's
test.
interesting.
I have not had one of those done. I would be interesting. I
wonder how much it is actually.
But I want to see that comment from Josh again because it made.
What the fuck?
So when I first read this in my mind, I saw a picture of Matt, like sort of as a doll, and all it was saying was, "I just want to be a real boy." Oh, I cracked myself up. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, shit.
They're unstable. The Bible says there's unreasonable and wicked men that obey not the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. You may get excited seeing these transitions. So, 18 and up. Let's do 18 and up on this because seeing someone transition into a female.
Wait. The following atheist YouTubers have incriminated themselves. Trigger warning. Okay.
I just want to say one really quick thing.
In what, Matt? Incriminated themselves in what?
I would just like to say one really quick thing.
I see you in the fucking tracker mania. I see what the fuck you're doing, you motherfucker. Yeah, you have the fucking balls to show up here, but you don't have the balls to stream tomorrow or yesterday. Yeah, I see how it is, you little motherfucking rat. You little rat motherfucker. I see how it is. I see how it is.
I haven't seen Germania in forever.
It's been a while.
I was wondering
Because
where
he's
you
being
went.
a little fucking rat. That's why, because he's being a little fucking rat.
Hey, by the way, would anybody be willing to pop backstage and let Paul up here for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll leave.
I can. Because
Actually,
I
I'm
wasn't
going to
gonna stay
leave
for
like
super long.
for real,
Well, okay
like
then.
for good.
Oh, you're taking off, Lisa?
Yeah, I am. So
I will stick around
thanks
for a
for
little
letting
bit.
me in. It was fun. Bye.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. Yeah, appreciate you. And yeah, did Midnight leave? I guess Midnight left. All right. Well, Orge, if you still want to come in, or if anybody else wants to, or Gur wants to pop in, there's a
Sure.
spot right now. Unless Phoebe's going to want to come back in. Phoebe, if you want to come back in, so you have to type something in the side checks. I think you might be sleeping, hon. But let's move right along.
Check this out. This guy's name was Peter when he attacked me a few years back. Now he thinks he's a woman, and he thinks that his name is Ethel.
Hello.
You can see how people lose their minds. This man, David, attacked me.
Who is David?
Yeah, that's what I was
I
trying to
don't
figure
know.
out. David.
And how did and how did this David attack you exactly?
Matt.
Was
Right.
it against you?
Matt. Where can you show me where on the doll this David touched you, please?
Yes.
I'm just going to say, and I'm going to lay it out straight right now. I have never been called David. There's never been a time where that was the name that people knew me by. And yeah, my name didn't start with a D. It was so we're just going to nip that in the bud right now. And that's part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, flag this video, because you're like lying about even who I am. I was never known as David.
Just because I like to point out
them I wouldn't use.
Just because I like to point out the horridness of people like this. Do you notice how much joy they get from dead naming people? And how they actively and, almost forcefully use the dead names. Like,
the cruelty is the point.
Like Jordan Peterson does to Elliot Page.
Mm-hmm.
That shit. Yeah, that's why I think that's the bandwagon that our boy Matt is trying to jump on there. He's like seeing Jordan Peterson doing that. And he's like, I'm going to do that to the trans people who have called me out on my BS, because frankly that's what I did. I didn't want to engage. I didn't jump in to engage this dude about my gender. I called him out for lying about how animals get from continent to continent, and making up stories about how dinosaurs went extinct and things like that. He just spreads misinformation. That's my focus, but he wants to talk about me specifically.
So far, he hasn't had any information in this.
Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh, did you see these people transition? Isn't that awful?
God, Matt is such a fucking douche.
These pictures are better than the ones he used in the thumbnail, though. But just because at least I'm at the same kind of like angle, so you can't.
I like, if I ever get the chance to debate Matt, I'm just gonna ask him, who is this David person? Who the fuck is David?
Who told him that it was David? That my dead name was David? Who even came up with that?
Dude, honestly, Bree, I think somebody was probably trolling.
Yeah, his name's David. I don't know.
Matt's really slippery about debating people lately. It's really, really hard to get him to pin down to debate. Like Kent will do it because he just likes doing it, but because we had on Creaky's show we had Forrest Valkai on, and Matt actually showed up in our side chat, and it was
Forrest
Matt Powell.
Like
Oh yeah,
he's a good
that
guy.
was it. So he challenged him live on our live stream to a debate. Matt challenged Forrest, and he was like, "Yeah, set it up." And then we went through and his emails back and forth, and he just never got back to Forrest. After 2 or 3 emails, he just ghosted.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Bree.
So I don't know if you're familiar with Robert Reed and Gonna Go For It is Peter. Yeah. Did you see the debate that him and Robert did against Matt like 3 years ago, where they beat him up so bad he fucking rage quit?
Yeah.
And then he canceled the next 3 debates he had on atheist channels. It was awesome. But after that, he's been really squirrely about debating atheists.
Yeah, well, he calls for debates publicly. He asked me to debate in my side or in my comment section of my one of my YouTube videos, and then
he doesn't follow through because he knows that they get destroyed.
Speaking of debates, can I shill something really quickly?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't have a date and time set up. I got to get back to Snake, but we're going to be having a debate on the labor theory of value on a debate cafe, probably sometime next week, I would imagine. So you know.
Oh my God! You're gonna have a debate on the labor theory of value.
That is correct.
You Marxist.
I am a Marxist. Yes.
I would like to see Forrest and Aaron Ra do a thing together.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
As I was preaching the Bible over a year ago, and now he just came out weeks ago as, oh, well, I'm a woman now.
So he was not preaching the Bible when I engaged with him. He was he made his movie about Ethan, Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist, and I was on the crew of Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist.
Why are his cheeks red? Like I noticed before, but
he's a little ginger twink.
He's got rosacea.
I don't see the connection between him being a preacher, so and so, and you coming out.
Right? Yeah, I don't see the relevance of oh, I challenged your bad science, and then I came out as, I think maybe because they think that if I transition, if I do gender transition, that means I'm like in science denialism, because they don't understand that the science is actually in my court and not in theirs, because they have a very simple understanding of medical science and the way that it works. And these are the same people that would deny like things like mental health medications and things like that. You don't need mental health medications, you need God. That kind of position.
Just pray it away.
Can I ask you guys a quick question? Does his face right now, does that kind of look like taking it in the ass kind of face?
Yes.
Anybody see that?
I was about to say, I wonder if Daddy Kent's under the desk.
Whoa.
If that's the case, then I hope it's unwilling.
Wait, hold on. Kent himself doesn't suck, okay? Kent is not a beta. Matt Powell is a beta. I mean, look at him. Look at that face. Look at those cheeks.
I wonder who's the chair then.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Kent might be the chair.
Matt desperately wants to be the alpha, though. You can tell.
Yeah, there's the desires there.
Yeah.
This is up like a little girl in some of the videos. It says, my name is Bree.
Have you guys ever seen me dress up as a little girl?
I mean, no.
I'm a grown ass woman.
I've seen
now.
you as a big girl, but not a little girl.
Yeah. I'm a grown woman. I wear women's clothes.
Dressed as a woman.
By the way, Bree, you're hiding my sexy face behind Gur.
Yeah, fuck Gur, little bitch.
And now it's Jill said. There you go.
Well, I mean, but you don't have a face up on the screen anyway. If you don't come on camera, what are you worried about?
Well, you do make a good point, Bree. Again, it's a form of dishonesty, this exaggeration that you, and sort of, trying to push towards the pedophilia thing. You dress up as a little girl, like you're sick and twisted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So dishonest.
It's to present me. It's the same thing as like the like when he's going to present you guys to talk about having like Marvel comic posters or something in your background, just to present this level of immaturity that he perceives, like you're trying to appeal to children, I guess.
I mean, that's retarded considering you could be a fan of those movies yourself. So what?
What's wrong with some video games or some comic books? Who is it hurting?
Yeah, what's wrong with PKing some people in RuneScape?
Hey, I'm gonna be watching some cartoons after we're done here.
I see you backstage, Jeff.
Here, I'll hop out
No,
because
I
wasn't
will,
gonna
Leah.
stay super long anyway. I did because Nadimos has a 100 subscriber stream, and I wanted to pop in there as well. So
Okay.
I'm gonna hop over there. If y'all are still going, by the time I'm done over there, I'll be back.
All right, Leo.
Tell Nitty I said, hey.
Boy,
Thanks for
shout out,
coming.
everybody. Hey, no problem.
Good to see you, mate.
You guys take it easy.
Later. Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
Yeah,
So,
Jeff.
hello. So I'm afraid British people probably only get this reference, but he's officially become Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. All right, Dave. You know, he can't even dead name correctly, can he?
Right. Dave. Oh.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, is when you try to dead name someone and fail, you just
No, you're a man, David. You're a man.
David might be a man. I don't know him.
And you know what? This is proof that when you reject God, and let this be a lesson. Let this right here that you're seeing with your own eyes be a lesson.
Look how much better I got at grooming my eyebrows too.
A lesson to be yourself.
What's that?
A lesson to be yourself.
Yeah.
Reject and hate our Lord Jesus Christ, who reject God, who are listening to.
I don't reject or hate Jesus Christ. I don't know much about what the real Jesus Christ might have been like. So far, it's kind of the stories I hear about him. He's kind of a jerk. But I mean, if you read about the way he's like really condescending to people that he's talking to, and I don't know, you'll hear a lot of atheists be like, "Oh, I'll give he was a good teacher and stuff." Was he though? Seemed like he was really arrogant.
Yeah.
When you get down to it, nobody really knows what Jesus was really like, if he even existed.
Right.
But if we go off what we know of the culture of the time, the chances are he was an asshole.
Right. I mean, obviously he had some good or some qualities that could be considered positive, like reaching out to the poor and stuff like that. Sure, but from what I've heard about a lot of the way that he spoke to the people, he was really condescending. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh.
By the way, Bree, I have a quick question. Why don't you show names?
What?
Like StreamYard allows you to show people's names, but
because I don't know how to do it.
Videos.
Oh.
I'm not used to using it because I use my OBS most of the time. So I'm just like now learning how to do this because I don't have my OBS currently.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to do this myself.
Yeah, so I can show names, but I don't know where the button is at this point, and it's not that big of a deal to me. Is there somebody here who you don't know that you need to know what their name is?
Well, I know Sammy. I don't know the one above him, and I don't know the one above me.
I go by Mage Grey Wolf.
Well, I meant the other guy. Like he's below you, but above me. With like
Godless Scummer.
Yeah, that's
Godless
Jeff.
Scummer.
Yeah, I'm Jeff.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not. I would go on camera, but because there's Matt Powell obviously doesn't like people with makeup, I thought I'd use my avatar where I've got makeup on. So just to get in the spirit of this.
No. All right, let's see what he says about David.
And saying, you know what, I hate God as a result. Well, you know what? God, the Bible says he will not always strive with man. I wish that he would, but he's perfect. His laws are just. He's not always going to strive with us. There comes a point where God gives up. He gives them over to a reprobate mind to do these things.
God gave up on me. Did you hear?
Well, hold on. Didn't in the earlier part say it was God giving you delusion in the first place? So wouldn't this perfect God be the one to have done it in the first place?
Right. So it's like reciprocal, right? Should be feeding into itself. I had no. So is Matt a Calvinist? I didn't think Matt was a Calvinist. This sounds very Calvinist, though, right?
These 2 points seem to be in contradiction to each other here.
Okay, I will never understand what the fuck they mean by being given over to a reprobate mind. What the fuck is a reprobate?
Doing things that the Bible says you shouldn't do, I guess.
I mean,
right.
then by that logic, then
I'm just going to say, remind me someone. Where does it say in the Bible anything about being trans? I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't think that it pops up ever.
Yeah.
Except for maybe David and who was the guy that David was kind of intimate with? I can't. Is somebody here knows the Bible better than me? Sammy?
Yeah, I know. I'm blanking right now.
Was his name Jonathan? I can't.
No.
But yeah, David had a guy that he was like super cozy with. I think King David would have been maybe bisexual, maybe.
These people have gone bonkers. But of course, these are the people that want to tell us that the Bible is incorrect. The people that can't even figure out.
Okay, now it's funny because he's going to talk about Surus here, and Surus is like not trans at all. Like, not at all. He's a cis dude. Like, Surus, I know Surus. I've hosted shows with Surus.
This is an avatar he uses.
Yes.
Yeah, I've actually. It's funny enough. I actually asked him at one point if he was trans. He's like, no, I just use it. I'm like, okay. I was just curious.
And the reason
he's a
why
VTuber with a jiggly female avatar.
Yeah, and
he's got lots of different avatars.
Yeah, the reason why he uses that is actually a joke. He was basically trolling his audience, and they just went with it. So he went with it too.
It's gender bent, is what it is.
You were correct, Brie. It was Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah. I thought so. I remember vaguely.
About what gender they are the same people that are going to tell us and come after your kids.
Who's coming after kids? Well, that is the weirdest part of this. Is he's like, they're coming after your kids. I've never shown any interest in coming after anybody's kids. I did do bug shows for kids when I was cis male. That was when I was engaging with kids, but I didn't talk about gender with them. Well, if I did bug shows now, since I'm trans, I guess that would be grooming. Because I'm doing bug shows with a trans person.
The only people coming after your kids are the youth groups, fundamentalist Christians, and I'm going to go there, the Catholic priests.
Well, I have a pretty good idea what they mean. I've yet to get them to define what they mean by grooming. I mean, I have a pretty good idea, obviously, but...
Is this their no face?
Yeah. I was going to say as well, Matt, hey, Cupcake, if you watch this, you might want to be careful about what you're saying about people preying on children, seeing as you hang around with Kent and some of the stories that I'm hearing from people who've actually been at Dinosaur Adventureland.
Yeah, Dinosaur Adventureland is a bunker safe haven for.
Yeah, I won't repeat them because I don't know that I don't know for a fact that any of these stories are true. But I've heard some stories about some things that have gone on there. So, Cupcake, I'm just saying, you might want to be careful about saying stuff like this.
We had one of our viewers went down to DAL and spent the day there with his family.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, so the guy that went down there used to be a super fundamental Christian, so he could walk the walk and talk the talk, and really smart guy. But I got all kinds of pictures and videos and a OneDrive. Ken Hovind wears Crocs, by the way.
I too enjoy wearing Crocs from time to time. They're good for wearing in the water.
You might want to rethink that.
I'll never get over that picture I once saw of him and Kent wearing matching Hawaiian shirts.
Oh God!
And he's trying to tell us he's not gay. Come on, Cupcake. You know.
What's a really weird thing with Matt is because I'm in Michigan and he used to preach here, so I've been aware of him for quite a while because he's been saying the same shit ever since for 10 years since he was a teenager. That was when he first like showed up on the scene because people were like, "What the? This kid's extreme." Blah blah blah. And then he moved down to Alabama with Kent, and me and the guy that went down there, our viewer that went down there to visit, we were doing some digging on like what Matt was doing, and his kids showed up on one stream after he moved down there. His wife never showed up, and then his kids never showed up on a stream that he was on with Kent again. And the house that he owned up here is still in his wife's name, and that he moved down there 6 months ago, a year ago, something like that.
So
and
is
they
his
haven't
wife
been
not
seen.
with him then?
That's the speculation, is his wife and kids are not down there with him.
Well, and actually I'll show that in a minute. I just messaged her replied to her on the video there, because she was the only message left on there. I guess all the messages or the comments in the this video were deleted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll go over that in a second and show you what I said to her. But let's see if we can't power through the rest of this. It's funny though, because he's given us like we're almost at an hour now. We're only a couple minutes in, the 2.5 minutes or almost 3 minutes in. We've got a lot of lulls out of this. So
we'll just treat this as who should you subscribe to, and it's people he's presenting here in the top corner.
Right.
Children that were created in the image of God, and say they're not normal. They need to accept who they really are, and they need to be confused about their gender. Look, stop spewing your confusion with yourself onto little children. Look at this guy. His name is Cyrus the Skeptic. Compare a year ago, or 2 years ago, excuse me, when he's a man, he's got his hammer, his little cartoon, like Toon Network that they're living in, believing in evolution, believing that the world came from nothing, uncaused, to this picture right here.
Okay, we already covered why he did that. So
puts out videos against Dr. Hovind, puts out videos against other pastors.
Yeah, he's trolling you, Matt.
Says that what they're saying is wrong. You know what? God said, fine, I'll make you go crazy. It's proof right there. When you lose your...
God made Cyrus go crazy and start using his slime girl avatar. Let's just keep that in mind.
Usually it's a result of God literally punishing you and giving you over to these vile affections. This guy, he's now off of the internet entirely, but his name was the Atheist
If he doesn't
Rationale.
be on the internet, I'm not going to make him be on the internet.
And
we're going to move
it's
right
very
past
scary.
that.
Okay.
So just let this be an example. I'm just going to kind of sift through these, right? Let this be an example of what happens when you reject God.
Happy to be back on the perspective again. This is my second time since our hiatus. I'm just loving being back taking these calls with you, Ethan.
So,
I'm not going to tolerate these lies about the science. Engage with me, or engage with Knock. I guess he's been reaching out to you too.
What?
Yeah. Well, this was when this is from when we were supposed to have a debate, and he just ghosted me on it. That's what this clip here is from. And I reached out to Knock because Knock knows how to get a hold of Matt. Nakatsuchi, the Raging Atheist, knows how to contact Matt. So that's what I was saying, to respond to him or me or whoever.
All right.
All right. So that is that.
Okay, that was completely bereft of substance.
Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh. Yeah. Hold on, Willow the Wendigo. Yes. So I am. I'm she her. Just so you know, and I have fully transitioned now. I did when I was talking about to do a day, saying okay, I was going to use non-binary for the time. I was trying to do like a slow social transition. Basically keeping one foot in the closet because I was scared. This whole thing is very scary to do. That's kind of why when you reached out to me about being NB, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm really NB because I really feel more like a woman. I really, there's no containing it.
Well,
No,
props to you for putting yourself out there.
right. So that's that. And but thank you for coming by too. I tagged you in something earlier about what they were saying, what Jesus is Lord and, and Matt were saying. But oh yeah, I almost forgot. I wanted to show the reply I wrote to her because let me see. Let me share this here. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's kind of small. I'll read it anyway. She's like, "What? For whatever reason, all the comments on this video were deleted. There were many hundreds of people leaving positive remarks, and many others loving this video. I find it interesting that right when it starts to pick up traction, everything was removed. Even the secular world typically agrees with Matt on this subject, but they are too afraid to say anything for fear of being attacked or accused of being bigoted. When Matt and I are out in public and someone recognizes him, they will usually thank him for standing up against evil. Some of them aren't even Christians. It's interesting how it's interesting how some people make it out like we are the minority in America when most people feel the same way about this subject." That's from Frances Powell. I believe that's Matt Powell's bride. I responded, I said, "Hi, Frances. I'm happy to see you are up for engaging about this topic. I'm sorry to hear that you feel that you have to hide your opinions from the world for fear of attack or being accused of bigotry. I'd love to hear your opinions and answer your questions or any questions you might have about me, my gender, or any other topic. I also extend this offer to Matt." So yeah, if she wants to not be accused of bigotry, then yeah, bring it to me. Show me, explain your position, and we'll see if it's bigotry, if that shoe fits. Honey, I'm not just gonna be jumping on and saying yes, everything you say is bigotry. No, present it to me and tell me why you believe the things that you believe, and we'll decide then and there if it's bigotry. I wanted to let you know that you are not diseased or a horrible, demented being like Powell says you are. You are not sick for being trans. Yeah. I am not even letting him get to me. I just, like I said, we got an hour of laughs out of 5 minutes of his video.
So when you reject God, you get to feel a little more like yourself. Got it. Okay.
That's what they were saying. That's what. So a few people have covered this video, like because Surus jumped right on it the morning I found out about it. Within an hour, he was on it, responding to it because it's hilarious that they thought he was trans, and he's not. But Creaky Blinder also did. But that's one of the things that Surus was saying was that hey, if you reject God, you get prettier. And I'm like saying, yeah, I believe so. Because look at this.
Well, I mean, it's clearly worked wonders for you, Bree. Look at that.
Follow HiveScience for more beauty tips.
I was gonna say I saw Creaky's video. I thought his video was fantastic.
Yeah. And skipping over the part about Shay, I didn't want to. If Shay doesn't want to be on YouTube, I'm not going to put Shay up on my channel. Pictures of Shay, but there's a part that there's things that Matt says there that would have been relevant.
Shay doesn't like Shay doesn't. Shay does not like me at all.
Yeah, well, I don't know Shay. I don't know Essence of Thought either. I probably shouldn't have put their. I know Surus, and I know Surus wouldn't care that I'm using their image, and Surus streamed my image. So for tit for tat there. So with that in mind, I just didn't want to put them on blast if they don't want to be on blast. I'm kind of, I was insulted that he put me on blast like this without even linking my channel or anything. Okay, hold on here because that's my boy right here. This is my son. commenting from work, but I saw this video. As your son, I truly believe that anyone who can say such nasty things about you is ridiculous. I love you and support you. That's my son.
Oh,
That's fucking great.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's the kid that I raised and how the kid that I raised feels about me. So, and you know, I've been this person the whole time, and I did such a great job. He's a hard worker. He's at work right now. So, deal with it. I can be a good parent. I can be a good person. I can have good friends who support good causes and make good choices, and and advocate for the right people. Advocate for the people who are not able to advocate for themselves. That's what I appreciate about the Creaky and Cis and Surus are both cis men, and we need more cis men in on this panel as well. I see.
I'm a stressed bi guy. Does that work?
Yeah. Well, and I know Jeff is cis.
Yeah.
And we need those people with those. And Jeff did a video response to this too. I almost forgot about that, Jeff. Why didn't you say anything? Jeff's
well, you see, you know, we're given where Surus and Creaky are and where I am in the scale of things on YouTube, it's, you know.
That doesn't mean it's not important.
Nah.
You're using your voice too. I appreciate you, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, anytime I've addressed Matt Powell in the past, it's always been a bit. It's always been a bit humorous, actually, because he used a still of me in one of his videos, and this was his whole thing about like the like us all being into Marvel comics or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, you know, because I sort of saw a picture of myself, and it was like the old so I got a picture of Deadpool on my wall, okay. And I was racking my brain trying to think where I'd ever talked about Matt Powell before that video came out. Then I remembered I was one of the ones who jumped on that whole inflatable banana joke that Sideman Dan started. That everyone started making those videos about Matt Powell's inflatable banana.
Yeah, Dr. Peel, of course.
Yeah,
Dr. Peel is a staple of the internet.
But what that told me was is the fact the only time I ever addressed Matt Powell, and it was that like 10-second little video of that, and that tells me that he searches YouTube for himself to see what atheists are saying about him. So this is why I know he's going to watch this. He's going to watch all of these videos.
He goes into the YouTube search and types Matt Powell in and sees to see who is responding.
And to see what. Yeah, to see what he can clip out and make whatever bullshit video he's going to make next, you know.
Right.
Well, he's a fucking narcissist, just like Kent.
Right, and he's learning the ropes. That he's and that's what Atheist Junior, another person who I forgot to mention, who also did a response to just that little video, but he has been emboldened since he's got down to Alabama. He went from kind of like towing the line of like the like NFIB, because he used to be Steven Anderson's lapdog before he was Hoven's lapdog, and he's started to kind of separate himself or removed himself from the NFIB folks and focused more on Hoven's ministry, and now he's like, I guess is he their production manager now?
He does a lot of their computer stuff. He's got a legitimate certificate in internet something or other.
Yeah. I know he's like something like internet communications.
Yeah,
something like that.
So he does a lot of their tech shit down there.
Yeah, and I did watch Kit Hoven response to comments or something the other day. I sometimes I just graze his material just to get laughs, or if he says something really good, I'll talk about it on my show. But Matt, you could hear him talking in the background.
All right, I think I'm gonna head out. Just want to say, there's nothing wrong with how you look. There's nothing wrong with who you are, and that goes with everyone else who's trans out there. Just be who you're comfortable with being.
Well, thank you, and thanks for coming in. You've been
Yeah,
here since the
wanted to show
beginning
some
of the
support.
stream, so I appreciate it.
See you later, everybody.
Bye. Oh goodness. Yeah, and I got some great support here. Really, I really do appreciate everybody for everybody who made a response video to this. Everybody who reached out. I got contacted by people I didn't even know knew that I existed. That were like, "Hey, I saw this hit piece about your transition. Are you okay? Are you dealing with this okay?" I was taken aback. It really did give me a more positive view of our community, because you can our community has lots of little schisms about, this and that and anything. And I get it. We are looking for reasons to argue with each other just as much as we're looking for reasons to be with anybody else. We're a skeptical community. We like to scrutinize anybody's claims. That's what we do. So it's nice to see that when something like this comes up, even people who are far removed from each other are going to reach out and be allies and say, hey, I'm going to stand up for you, and I'm going to use my voice to support you. Thank you to the online atheist and skeptic community for all the support you've shown me over the last couple of days since this thing dropped. I am okay. I've been transitioning is hard, and dealing with the social stuff that I've been dealing with, the changes in my life that I've been dealing with is hard. This did not go smoothly like I wanted it to, and that happens sometimes. But I am healthier in my mind now than I've ever been. So it's kind of weird that they would take this positive change in my outlook and my existence and try to present it as if it's a downfall. No, it's not a downfall. It's a upswing. We'll call it an upswing. And I can't say it's just upward momentum, because I don't know what the future holds. Life is a roller coaster ride. It's going to be up and down. And I am going to ride that ride until the end. And I'm just glad to have all this support on my side who are ready to help me out along the way.
We got your back, Bree.
Yeah, no worries, Bree. We're here for you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like I started the transition 10 years too late, but it's better late than never, and I'm doing all right with it. There's the wheels are turning in a lot of things from the medical transition, and I'll keep you updated. I'm not going through this alone. I have a whole community behind me, supporting me. Anyway, did you guys want to go look at any of other Matt Powell videos that have come out lately? He's got something called Crazy Science Facts You Didn't Know. You want to see what his science facts are?
Oh, that one's been up there for a couple weeks, right? I think I watched that one. I took a hiatus from watching him and Kent's stuff because Creaky was on vacation. I was like, I don't have to watch his shit, so I'm not gonna. And that's why when Creaky had told me he was making a response video to a Matt Powell video, I'm like, okay, and I didn't bother watching it. And then AJ, Atheist Jr., texted me and was like, hey, you got to see this. And I was like, holy fuck. So I messaged Creaky. I'm like, dude, I'm friends with Bree. We got to go hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was all about on like Friday or whatever. I just saw like a lot of people were talking about Matt Powell on Twitter for some reason, and then we found out why, and I was like, okay, I've got to say something about this. You know?
Right, yeah. That morning I was like, my supervisor at work sits right beside me. My phone kept blowing up. It was pretty crazy. I don't usually get hit that hard in the morning with messages, but like everybody that I know was messaging me saying, hey, did you see this? Or, are you going to address this? Or did you want me to? So many people were like, hey, do you want me to address this? That was the best part.
I know I asked your sort of, will you be okay if I made a response video? I know I asked you, and you were like, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, and this right here, what Willow's saying about the the drag queens Photoshop wolf. That is actually what got Matt to respond to me. That's the video with where I'm rolling my eyes and doing that. That's what that's from, is my response to his Pride Month video that he put out about drag queens and everything. Yes, I was. That was what triggered him to come after me, because I made fun of his misunderstanding about pride and everything associated with it, and his misapplication of putting drag queens, cross-dressers into the category with the LGBTQ, because they're not. Some of them maybe. So there may be some. There's some portion of both of those groups, the cross-dressing and the drag queens that are homosexuals, perhaps. But a lot of them are cis people, so they don't really belong in the LGBTQ. At least I don't include them as part of it, like cross-dressers and stuff. Feel free to disagree with me, though. Yeah, the lipstick of the wolf was ridiculous. It's just creepiness. It's just he's wanting to be a creep.
So Matt does have a video that he posted 23 hours ago.
Oh yeah, let's watch that. That's
why at the end of these debates
censorship.
that I've done.
Let me.
He's got AJ in there at the end.
What's the?
He's got Mr. 1972 in there. Yep.
Yeah, let's pull this up.
Ooh, I maximized him. No, let's not do that.
Defeated opponents. Defeated opponents admit that they want this censorship. I have not been defeated by you, Matt. You refuse to engage with me. You're terrified of me. Don't pretend I'm a defeated opponent.
It looks like you're in the thumbnail of the video, but
I am in the thumbnail, and he's calling me a defeated opponent. You've never engaged with me, you coward.
I scrolled through and I didn't see you in there.
I'm not in the video at all. I watched it earlier. I didn't.
He's such a dishonest turd.
That's why at the end of these debates that I've done.
What's
the very first thing that the atheists all do when they lose?
Echo in.
What's the very first thing?
Oh, the echo's doing back. Hold on. Yeah, I keep forgetting to check that little box. Just a sec.
Just one Matt Powell's enough, please.
Yeah, double Matt Powell.
They will light a joint on camera.
They smoke the marijuana on camera. Oh my gosh! I think that might even just be a cigarette.
I think it's just a rolled cigarette. That's Mr. 1972. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging if he does smoke weed. I smoke weed. It's not it's a plant. So, yeah, this is smoke a joint.
They'll light a joint, which is extremely unprofessional. And they will sit back in their chair and start drinking alcohol.
Night Willow.
Because that's their way out. That's their way back into fantasy land to make them feel better after taking such an incredible loss. And it shows that the statistics are true.
If you guys like skeptic stuff, Mr. 1972 is great.
Facts will always defeat fiction.
Oh, hold on.
I am insulted. He's having a go at people who drink alcohol and smoke on videos, and he didn't show a picture of me. Matt, I'm insulted.
And you had a pint in your hand the whole time you were doing your response to video. Where
I was sat outside a bar having a drink while I recorded that.
He could have at least put a shot of you having your drink. And it's funny, people who drink are rejecting God too. I can't remember. And again, there's people here who know the Bible more than me, so maybe they can refresh me. What was it that Jesus turned the water into? I can't even remember.
Wine.
You're right. Yeah. So I think your Savior is pretty pro-alcohol, Matt.
That fact will always trump that which is an opinion. That fact is stronger than the way that they feel inside.
Yeah, there's Ethan. He milks these interactions. He's still talking about his interaction with Knock, and that was what, 2016? Raging Atheist, 2000. It was 2017, 16, something like that. And he still uses clips from that and brings that up. Like that's his win. He has to delve way back to when he first engaged with the Raging Atheist. And I will say that Nock didn't perform well in that first engagement that they had, at least not from what I remember. But
I think even Nock admits that, though, doesn't he? So
yeah,
I think even he admits that wasn't his best performance.
But that's how long ago it's been since you had a win, Matt. And then Ethan, of course, but Ethan didn't know what he was getting into. I tried to warn Ethan before he did this and met with Matt, but he's like, oh no, it'll be fine. I know how to handle this. It's like, dude, he's going to cut you up, all misrepresent you. Don't ever engage with Matt Powell unless you have your own camera with you, because
yeah,
Yeah,
Matt loves to get like sound bites and stuff, so to build his little narrative and stuff. Or even when he used to sort of jump in streams with a lot of people, he'd ask a question that was try and provoke a sort of response for something, so that he could clip. That's what he does.
Well, he's the king of quote mining. He's almost better than Kent at it.
I think that's part of the reason why Kent brought him on, is to help him do some quote mining and disingenuous clipping of videos.
Oh yeah,
which I'm sure that, like this stream right here, if he watches this, and he will, we are all going to be clipped out of context at some point. It's just, he's going to call this he'll say that this is like you all are here like patting me in the back and making me, trying to make me feel better about his hit piece hurting my feelings, is the way he's going to present this. Even though I have not expressed that on here at all. I do appreciate all the support. Again, transitioning is hard. It's nothing to do with his little piece on me. It has nothing at all to do with that. I'm flattered that he spends so much time focusing on me, that he does slow motion headshots of me and stuff. It's adorable. But no, you didn't hurt me. This is not I'm not a defeated opponent, because you've never willingly engaged with me. It's sad. It's sad.
I think most of us are here just to say "fuck you, Matt." Right?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. I was about to say, believe it or not, Matt, some of us are here because we think you're a bigoted piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think I'm here to laugh at you and all the things that you're getting wrong. Your video that you did, you got my name wrong. You got Cyrus's gender wrong on a video about his gender. You didn't do any research at all.
So I wonder that, just watching as much of his fucking shit as I have, I probably need therapy for that anyway. I wonder if he didn't do that deliberately, like how he says Toon Network instead of Cartoon Network, even though the motherfucker knows it's called Cartoon Network. I'm wondering if he didn't dead name you improperly on purpose. And then the same thing with Cyrus. I want to believe that he's a fucking idiot and just fucked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like.
But I could totally see his spiteful little ass doing that just to be a dick.
Right. Well, it just makes you look like disingenuous, right? I mean, yeah. Obviously, if people find out that he deletes the comments, let's not even pretend that he doesn't.
Totally censored.
Because Cyrus put a comment, and he did it live on stream.
Nice.
Put a comment saying, "Hey, I'm not trans. You idiot," basically, and it got deleted. I put a comment that said, "My name has never been David," and it got deleted.
I've noticed that with him. Any negative comments get deleted. They're all, when I saw them, they're all positive. Yeah, way to go, Matt. From his sort of his audience.
Well, I was trolling his comment section after he had challenged Forrest on our stream for like a week. And I wasn't saying anything negative at all. I just was like going in there and, hey, about that thing with you and Forrest. What's up with that? Where are we standing on that? That would get deleted. And I was being completely nice and not saying anything shitty or controversial. And I'm like, okay. So after the second time that happened, I knew.
Anytime you comment on Matt Powell's video, screenshot it.
Yeah.
Because he'll delete it and then deny that it got deleted. He's just say, "Hey, you delete my comments," blah blah blah. And he's like, "No, I don't delete comments." Thank you too, bud. You probably have a team of those apprentices that they just hired for the summer, going through and deleting comments. I'm sure that's what's happening. So I know that they were back in June advertising for summer work programs to come down and work at DAL.
That's how everything gets done there. It's all done volunteer. Nothing is paid for. Everything's donated. What's really fucked up is, and I hate to get us totally off topic again, but there's the people that are there for worship that want to believe and are there for that. And then it's almost split 50-50. The other half is people that might be Christian, but they're all preppers. They go down there because they have a compound that they can go to and build up for doomsday prepping. Now,
Right.
like I said, they might be Christian and everything, but they don't attend the church every single day like the people that are there to, be part of Kent Hovind's ministry.
The theme park is a front for the compound. That's
right.
not. I mean, it's a extremist religious compound. Dinosaur Adventureland is just the front. It's just the
100%.
face.
100%.
And I've seen so many interviews with different people who have worked in and lived in Dinosaur Adventureland that there's just no way that I would ever accept that it's anything but a extremist religious compound.
Just waiting for another Waco to be
right.
blunt. I mean, Alabama. I'm pro 2A, but Alabama's really, really lax in their gun laws. And my guy that was down there was like, every adult male's carrying, every single one. It's like, oh,
right. In Dinosaur Adventureland or in Alabama in general?
In Alabama in general, but specifically in DAL when he was there, he's like, yeah, I didn't see one guy that didn't have a gun on him that was of age. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, and this what Amy's saying here is true. He's running a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
it's also include Jesus. That's what it is. He's like, give us all your money, and it was just ironic because it's basically insular socialism is what they have going on there.
Yeah.
Insular communism, where everything's given to Kent, and then he dispenses out who gets what. Everybody cuts everybody's shares and whatnot.
Oh yeah, people all have these. They live in almost bunkhouses, but like Kent's house, it's a modular home, but it's a nice double wide that they've built a nice deck with a hot tub, and it's a much nicer house than anyone else fucking living in on the compound.
Well, they spend most of their time running around on 4-wheelers and
quads, yeah.
Stuff, right?
Oh, they've got quads and Polarises all over. I've got like gigabytes of files that were pictures and videos that were taken of by our guy that went down there, and it's so weird and crazy just to think that people live like that.
Right. Let's see. I do want to continue with this.
And look, done several of these debates, and one of these atheists broke down crying. Look,
he's talking about knock there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in any way trying to hurt their feelings. I'm just trying to get them to wake up and realize that they were lied to.
To my experience, many Christians will admit that faith is a belief that is not based on evidence.
Faith is belief without evidence.
False. Faith is defined as a confidence or trust in someone or something.
Look, it's got God TV radio down there.
Oh, good. Brett
There's
King.
been a schism between Brett and Kent. I don't know if you guys heard about that. They are no longer on good terms.
Oh, that's interesting. They're still advertising him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Brett. Yeah, well, Brett Keane was just dick there to begin with because he initially started by getting he reached out to Kent's ex-wife Cindy, the other one that Kent beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Brett had her on a couple of times, and then Brett just turned on her just really to get in with Kent, I think, and he just absolutely turned on Cindy Lincoln. We all know Brett King's a scumbag anyway.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that popped up there like that.
Look it up in a dictionary. That's
no problem.
Faith is defined as a confidence or trust in someone or something.
Right. There are multiple definitions though. See how there's the 1 next to that, Matt? That means that there's probably a 2 down below. So to misrepresent the definitions of words. And literally not even hide the fact that this is just one of multiple definitions.
He can't even
Just
dictionary, right?
Dictionaries are descriptive, not prescriptive as well.
Right.
So
there's that.
Yeah.
You've been listening to too much R and Ra, my friend. You've been listening to too much Mr. Eerie Nelson.
Faith is a belief that is not based on evidence.
If you would have looked at a dictionary, you would have known that.
If you would have looked down in the dictionary, you would have found more definitions.
So I'm just going to say there, at least he's consistent. He's he can't dead name R and Ra correctly either.
Yeah, Larry Nelson.
But instead, you're trusting YouTubers to tell you the truth instead of trusting fact. And it's okay if you want to live in a fantasy, go ahead.
Yeah, you do go ahead too, Matt. You live in your fantasy where we had Flintstone people living with dinosaurs.
If you want to pretend that there's no God, or pretend that it's just a laughing stock, yet fighting it and spending your whole life against it, go ahead. But don't spew your confusion with yourself onto little children. Because this is confusing to children. Children might not even know whether Santa Claus is real or not. And you're over there telling them it's a fact that they evolved from slime? What if I said nothing caused some...
What is the slime that he's talking about here? Is he talking about Luca?
I'm gonna say I'm not sure Matt's evolved from slime yet. I think he's still there.
He's pretty slimy. Some of us might have evolved from slime. Some of us stayed slime the whole time. Do you see his Q bracelet there? I just want to point this out in case there's any doubt about how awful this dude is. This is his interview with Ethan, and he's wearing a QAnon bracelet the whole time.
Something over here to explode.
Again, highly unlikely.
No, it's impossible.
I would say it's highly unlikely. I would not say impossible.
Okay. So you think it's possible that nothing could cause something to explode?
I would say, is there a chance? Yeah. Because again...
Yeah, he's just playing word games with Ethan here.
And I don't exercise absolute certainty.
Are you absolutely certain of that? Me and Ronnie here. Let's see, we listed. We're together.
The raging atheists are Nakasuchi, please.
There, he just tried to, or just not even tried to. I think at this point, Knock was not out with his real name, and Matt just doxed him with his real first name.
I appreciate you doing what you always do.
Well, no problem. I understand you have your fantasy name.
We've been over this at least 4 times, man. Come on, dude. You can't remember like 2 months ago?
Well, sometimes the same questions stump the same atheists.
Romans 1:22. Can't go wrong with Romans 1:22, right? Am I frozen?
No.
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
I thought I was frozen up for a second there. Yeah. So who's Rusty Walker says they're banned from Brett King's channel for attacking Gad.
That's
Never
too
been more
bad.
proud. That's too bad. Attacking Gad. Oh, and just remember, Matt believes that pterodactyl was shot during Civil War. I actually did a video on that. If you haven't seen it, I hold on, I'll pull it up. Because I do. And it's funny because usually for CryptoCorner, I wouldn't have Matt Powell on there, but holy crap, it was him and what's his name? Was it Ron? Well, not Ron White. Ron White's the
comedian.
Yeah, the comedian. It was Whitcomb. Yeah, Jonathan Whitcomb. Yeah. So I had done this together a little while ago. CryptoCorner.
Hold. And
ring it during the exit line.
You're echoing again.
Echoing again. Of course I am. I just can't stop echoing.
These are the bits. These are the bits he's going to clip. Actually, all the echoing ones. Atheists can't use the computers.
I'm just not. I'm used to using a more advanced system. I'm used to using OBS. This is simplistic, and it doesn't automatically do the stuff that I need it to. But where were you, Matt? I know he comes in here.
North of that, there is Actal. Or did they finally catch up to the creep about it? I want to let. Oh, I didn't mean to have that up. Hold on. Yeah, that's just our slides.
We're getting GB on here.
Today's show, but we wanted to.
Godzilla, sorry.
Did the evolutionists just kill the pterodactyl? Or did they finally catch up to the creationists?
Obviously, there's not going to be a ton of talk about these things. And the thing is, I do believe there was talk about these things. I believe if we study history, the Confederates were able to shoot pterodactyls, back in the Civil War, and they spread these.
I'm trying to.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, and I'm not just being a bully here. This is really what the kid said.
I'm trying to remember this photograph because I'm trying to remember. So I'm sure there was something I picked out on it that was wrong with the uniforms as well.
Yes, you came into the side chat about the buckles on the uniforms.
Yeah. I know. I used to do a U.S. Civil War reenactment, right? So I used to actually obviously was on the play the North side because I wasn't going to play a Confederate, but yeah, there was something I saw. So no, this something is. I just like these uniforms aren't right for a start.
Right. There's just this is I go into it in this video. I was just showing that, but I go into this video, the provenances of these images. There's two images like this. With the Civil War, people standing over the pterodactyl, but both of them are the provenances are known. They came from Freaky Links, which was a program that
Hey, Nitty.
Hey, Nitty. I think Leo went to go hang out with you. Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you came in here. We went and looked into Matt Powell's hit piece on me. Now we're just making fun of when he said that pterodactyls were shot during the Civil War. So
yeah, I did see that video, and it made me. I tweeted about it too because when I was a believer, there was no way in hell I would have ever said anything akin to what Matt said. And maybe that's a testament to the kind of person I was before I even believed. But I'm flabbergasted by that kind of Christian content being
right
at all.
There's a certain message of They go, one of the important characters in the Bible, right? Wasn't it Christ himself who was like, love thy neighbor? It's not, as a Christian, you shouldn't expect that it's your job to admonish people for what you perceive as their sins. It's
1 Corinthians 5, right? Like, you were to judge those in the church, not those outside of the church.
Exactly.
There. I did it for Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew Cumming. Yeah, we covered at the beginning here a bit. It's not a. I'm not hurt by Matt's not in any kind of person who's in any position to cause me emotional strife at this point in my life. I'm been around too long and dealt with too much, and I'm dealing with too much right now to pretend that that someone like Matt Powell is going to have any kind of effect on my emotional stability at all. I appreciate everybody's concern, though, and I think it's hilarious that how much stuff that this kid gets wrong about everything all the time. No worries. Glad you're here. I'm glad Nitty came in too. I think this is the only part of Matt Powell here, but let me see.
These things out. Anybody can look it up online. They spread these things out. And this is a historical fact. So they spread this thing out, and it's got a
historical fact. It's an historical fact that they did a reenactment of finding a pterosaur, of Civil War soldiers finding a pterosaur, but it's not a real thing that actually happened.
pterodactyl they shot. So of course these things have been around. They went extinct, obviously, slowly, but surely. And so I don't believe that just because at some point in time, coming from your perspective, that just because they stopped talking about it means that they never saw it. But we have all this evidence that they've seen it.
Hello, my name is.
And then you got John Pendleton, of course.
He passed away recently.
He did? I didn't know that.
Within the last year, he passed away.
Oh my gosh, you think that Kent would have said something? They were like buddies, right? Him and Kent Hovind?
I don't know that they were. I know he was on, was it Turks? No, he went, oh God.
I thought that when Kent says, hey, I have a friend who's trying to trap a pterodactyl.
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
He was talking about. I thought they were friends. I might be mistaken, but I thought they were.
I think you're right.
But he never caught his pterodactyl, I guess.
Nope.
Lisa, who was here earlier, she did some videos on Pendleton. I always liked Logic's videos on Pendleton.
His were great. That was funny because as soon as I found out that John had passed, I DM'd Logic on Twitter, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've already started making a video." I'm like, "Oh," it's like I'm gonna miss that idiot.
I missed that. He was entertaining. He wasn't nearly like the point like Matt Powell's just hateful too.
Yeah.
I like the fun ones. I like Indiana Joe. I like I did a response to Jonathan Guzman this morning. Paleo Logos, Rebecca. All these. There's plenty of decent creationists that we can engage with. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have to continue with the Hovins and the Powells of the world, but they are, and I think that's probably part of the problem too. Is they're trying to be so outrageous that we have to say, "Hey, the things you're saying about me are just objectively not true." Your Jezebel shoulders are causing me to sin. Oh goodness.
Well, that's where I would say something like controversy breeds clicks, right? Like,
yeah.
So if we don't respond, we're almost damned if we don't.
Yeah, right. I mean, I need to make sure that people know where I stand, especially on this transition. I didn't think that was going to be a situation that happened, but it is. I have to talk about it and keep people informed, because otherwise people are going to lie about my transition and what's happening. And so I need to be the one saying that this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling, and this is how it's going. So yeah, I realize that now, and I will try to be more open about it in the future, just to keep it from turning into this shit show that, where you have apologists who refuse to engage about the actual science. Because I'll sit down and talk to you for hours about why pterosaurs don't exist anymore, Matt, but you're going to have to get over the fact that I got boobs and a penis at the same time. You're just going to have to be able to get over that first. I think that once we get there, that we can talk and have some fun conversations about pterosaurs. So hit me up about that. That's fine. We can do that.
Yeah. As a biological son of someone who's transitioned,
yeah,
I would say to Matt, like, Matt, it's possible that there is a human being that wants to connect with you as a person, irregardless of their genitalia or their presentation, and respect you and your brain and your thought process and what you've been exposed to, and address that based on the fact that we're beings sharing genetic material and this world and communities. Let's talk. Right? Let's start there and then see where we get.
Right. I'm with you. Yeah, it engages just two people who are
right.
And
two people who are what they are, irregardless
right,
of presentations and dressings or whatever.
I agree.
Or morphology.
Jonathan Guzman is dangerous in his own right. I'm just going to say I don't know much about him. He seems friendlier and more able to engage with about science than any of these other apologists that I've been dealing with. I'm just putting that out there. And yeah, I don't disagree that there are dangerous ideas that could be promoted, excuse me, by an individual, even though they're overall a nice person. But if we don't find individuals in this group that we can engage with and can talk to and can present why these arguments are bad, why these are wrong, why these things they're saying about evolution are wrong, and things like that, we can't find a way to engage with the people that the audience is listening to on these topics, then we're never going to be able to make any kind of impact at all. We have to be able to engage. And I'd rather engage with Jonathan Guzman than I would with Ken Hogan, for instance. But I'm willing to engage with either of them just to get my message out. Yeah. It's we got a Palpatine quote here. Young Earth Creationist is a pathway to many dishonest positions some might consider to be unnatural. Yeah, I know. I don't have any need to explain, but my thing is I'm an activist, and I am an activist for the trans community. I have a voice. I don't have a huge audience. I have a little audience, but I have a chance to get a message out, and there's other people going through what I'm going through right now in my life, or that think that they might want to go through a transition or feel like that might be something in their future. I want to set a positive example of that, and not have it misrepresented as me going through some kind of instability, because it's not instability. This is a growth. This is growth. This is me growing as a person and becoming more myself. So I want to send a positive message out there to anybody who's trans or non-binary, anybody who's dealing with, even people are dealing with their sexuality, even, because it's all linked together, and this mosaic is our society, and we need to be accepting and stand up for each other, and I want to be a voice of positivity there. Size doesn't matter, it's how you use it.
I wish the language in our culture was not that this is like what's the word you used? instability.
Yeah.
But because that word connotes that like it's something undesirable, it's frustrating, difficult, blah 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 blah. Like the connotations of being gender unstable or like just gender nonconformist or something like that. Like, what if our culture had different words for that and said, maybe this is just something that people normally could experience under certain circumstances, or that they may be experiencing, and that's okay because that's their experience, and we should try and exercise as much love and compassion towards them as we can.
So yeah, then there's so many factors that come into play as to what your gender expression is going to be. Now, I'm not talking about even just social factors that come into play. There's biological factors that are happening there, and there's so many points on the scale of human development at which one can deviate from the what is generally considered like a binary norm of gender and sexuality. There's so many different conditions and disorders, for sure, that come into play during that development, that it's just ridiculous to pretend that binary is the standard. When binary is just, or bimodal would probably be a better description of it.
Right.
Is really has every space in between as well.
Mm.
All right. Well, we've been going about 2 hours now. I'm probably going to wrap this up. I don't know if anybody else has got anything else going on tonight that they want to plug, or if you all have anything coming up in the future that you want to talk about. Now would be the time to drop those bombs.
OA's live on Twitch right now.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we should go bomb that.
Overprotected Atheist. She's pretty great.
Yeah. I like Overprotected Atheist.
I just did my 100 subscriber mini party.
Nice.
I had
Congratulations.
Leopolis, Doug, and Jamie and BS Lewis all hanging out with me. So that was fun.
I did not mean to step on your stream. I didn't know it was going on tonight.
Oh, no, you're totally fine, because my channel is just this like little project that I'm doing on the side, so it's totally fine.
No, mine is too. That's what. Yeah, that's kind of.
And we're here to support and love each other regardless. So it doesn't. Bree, I love you regardless.
Oh, yeah. Here, OA is also a Jezebel. Does she have bare shoulders? I think she has. I think OA has an OnlyFans actually.
OA has much more than bare shoulders.
Right. Yeah.
To bear to this community.
She was on Skeptic Haven tonight. So
nice.
And is she playing? Is she gaming out there on Twitch, or what's she doing?
No, she's doing a stream. Jesus Camp Anyone. She's responding to the Jesus Camp movie.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might pop out there and visit her. Can you drop a link? Do you have a wrench?
I do not have a wrench.
Get this man a wrench. You have to type something in the live chat for me to be able to see.
I require a spanner.
Spanner. Oh yeah, because you hang out with all the Brits.
I do, and the Welsh.
Sorry. Oh my goodness.
I feel so attacked right now.
We are going to add moderator. There you go.
Right,
now you can have free reign over my live chat.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
All right, let's do this. Poste.
And congratulations on the subscribers, Nitty.
Pine Creek Doug actually tweeted that he was on my stream, and I jumped by 25 subscribers tonight just from that. So
nice.
Oh dear.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight to give my little response to Matt Powell's hit piece against me. Still, he didn't engage with any of my science at all. He really focused on my genitals and how pretty I got over the last year, which is, I mean, whatever. That's what you want to focus on. I'd like to talk about evolution with you. I'd like to talk about the distribution of animal life, of organisms in general across the continents, and how they got where they are and why we know that they this is a result of deep time. But you're never going to talk to me about that, Matt, because you're a coward. I do open challenge right now. Let's you and me talk about any scientific topic dealing with deep time that you want. I don't want to talk about gender with you because I think it's way over your head. I think that getting into the neuroendocrinology of the whole factor is going to you're going to be totally lost. But I think we can talk about how monkeys cross the ocean. I think that me and you can talk about that. A fish challenge is my challenge right now. Come talk to me, Matt. Or I'll continue to talk to your wife, I guess, and see if she wants to engage with me. But yeah, I'd rather talk to you. So bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. Good night, everybody.